Now I have 5 things to find focus in my mind already.
Know them?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose them. Write them down.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good morning.
Good
We're
morning.
live.
Good morning. Good morning. How you guys
Good
doing?
morning. Good morning. I hope that this is a terrific Tuesday for you. Some people say thankful Tuesday, whatever today Tuesday is for you. Welcome
Terrific Tuesday. I like. I feel like I got my Bob Ross voice on.
to Bob Ross. Good
Yes.
morning, Queen. Good
We
morning,
got some happy
Miss
clouds
Phyllis.
here. I'm gonna put some trees. Do you like trees? I love painting trees.
There's no mistakes here. Just happy little accidents.
Yes,
Happy little
happy little
accidents.
accidents. I feel like I have that voice on today.
Y'all cannot tell me that he was not as high as Cootie Brown
He
every
wasn't
week.
high.
Every week on the PBS. His son actually took up the mantle after him.
Really?
Yeah, and some of his paintings have gone on to be very, very uh highly sought after. I really enjoyed him.
A lot of people really enjoyed him. He's an icon, and for some reason, I have that voice going on today.
He helped us to grow up. He was part of our latchkey family.
Yes, get home and watch Bob Ross. Here we gotta paint some. How about some birds here? Happy little clouds. Yes, how about that?
Yes, Melissa could make you tell a story with that voice. Good morning, Melissa.
We trees. You think he was high?
I think he was on that good ganja.
Really? I mean, we live in America and people do that stuff in this country.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
now, but not then. Then, well, he was kind of a hippie to me in my mind too.
you know, that's not the topic of today's show. But when I think about it, Bill Bojangles Robinson, the trumpet player.
Mhm.
No, that's not Bojangles Bill Robinson, great trumpet player from that era. But they called it Gage back then. Okay,
Gage.
and he smoked weed Gage every time he performed.
Why not?
Before every time, because he felt like he needed to relax. He said, "I can't go out there and perform in front of these people without having some Gage in me."
So this is not one of the tips today. Tuesday, I guess it came out as tips, Tuesday tips, but what it really is finding focus in the midst of life is today's topic. Finding focus in the midst of life. We have some ideas to share with you. Hopefully you will. There you go, Melissa. It was reefer. It was reefer back then. Yes, it was.
And a joint.
Reefers and a joint.
It was my mother told me about this. You know, one of our friends, they used to come over to hang out in the house and get drunk with my dad and sing in the living room. He used to send his son to another guy's house. Hey, go over to such and such house, tell him send me a joint. 9-year-old kid have to go fetch a joint for his dad.
Okay. Well, not only we also got to go to the store to buy beer and cigarettes when we were little kids too.
I bought cigarettes all the time for my parents,
and it was for your parents.
I get this thing.
It was for your parents.
Mhm.
I don't know. So yeah, we were able to go to the store with a note. I used to have a note. Please sell Lisa a pack of cigarettes, a pack of Newports, and whatever it was, signed mom. Like it actually said mom or whoever on it.
I bought my dad so many pack of Winstons as a 7-year-old kid, 8-year-old, 9. That was my job. Go to the store, get him a pack of Winstons.
Your dad smoked Winston?
Yes, we did. Because Winston is good like a cigarette should.
That's horrible.
That was a TV commercial.
Bill is trying to be the grown up in the room. He says today on One Word Conversations, the word is emergency. And his special guest is Tina Jin right here on the Empowerment Duo Facebook page on the Empowerment Network. Absolutely. Thank you for being the adult in the room. Good morning, Arthur Lynette. I feel like I've missed you. I feel like I haven't seen you for too much time. I think we have missed
her. Yes, we haven't seen that woman. Now, today's show is finding focus in the midst of a busy world.
This said closet reefer or smoking doobies.
Doobies is a good
doobies. What's the payment plans for Queen? I don't know what the payment plans is. At the supermarket? Oh, at the corner store.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my first venture to a corner store, to a bodega. This is when I was an adult. I think I was 19 or something like that. So this is my first adventure as an adult into the world of credit. I went into the meat market and I was looking at the stuff and I was trying to piece it together based on how much money I had.
Mm-hmm.
And the meat man said, "You want the $25 box?" I said, "I won't be able to get anything else if I get the $25 box." Because the $25 box was 5 pounds of chicken wings, legs, couple of steaks, whatever. It was good for $25, but I would be broke with that. And he said, "All right, get in the $25 box. You bring that back next week." He must have seen me in the store before. How did he extend credit to me? I was like, this is amazing. I get to take all of this meat home
And only
today.
you bring that back next week.
You bring that back next week? I said, yes, sir. Can I give you 10 now? No. Bring that back next week? Well, yes, sir. He didn't get my name. He didn't write nothing down. But here's what I realized. I realized that if you needed that credit, you would not mess up that credit. And he could stand to lose $25 to test your credit.
Yep. There's very many banks started out that way, making those small loans like that without any verification at all. Okay.
Because, honey, I brought him his money back before I paid anything else.
And what people said, what they found out was those micro loans, those tiny loans, those people pay that before they pay anything.
Right, because I knew I could eat. Mm-hmm. That way I knew I could eat. As long as I was good with the meat man, I could eat. Mm-hmm. And that was amazing. Yes, Queen, trust the trust system to test your worthiness. Absolutely.
Now, Lisa and I, we had a talk this morning before the show. Uh-huh. And yeah, you, Lisa, you were there.
Yes.
Okay.
That was me.
And she said, Brian, let's talk about finding focus.
In the midst of life.
In the midst of life. And I interpreted finding focus in the midst of the busyness.
Yeah.
That's how I heard that. I think it's an interesting topic. And I want to delve into that, because it's so. Now, I made a post this morning, and my thinking this morning was that you're happier when you learn something, and you're happier when you improve your skills. Okay, says the sales confidence coach.
Absolutely, but that's also another one of the tips in finding focus. Okay. We got some people that have done wax nostalgic. Miss Phyllis, their mom smoked Victory, or was it Viceroy? Was it Viceroy? Yeah. It was Viceroy's. And my dad was a multi-filter, and you can only get them downtown on Atlantic Avenue. Well, you had a trek. And Arthur Lynette says her job was to get her grandpa's Camel cigarettes, her one uncle Red Man chewing tobacco, and her other two uncles Newports. And I got paid for them runs.
Now, I got paid too for those runs. I don't know what, maybe 10 or 11. I start to assert my authority. Okay, whatever change was left,
that was it.
That was mine.
That was yours.
Mom and dad, I felt like that was my fee.
Right.
Whatever the
workman is worthy of his hire. That's it.
So I think the way I did it was the dad said, finally, he said, "Where's my change?" I said, "Well, I went to the store, so I kept the change there." Or I bought something with the change. And they went up like that, but they just, okay, that's it.
They let it slide. Yeah. Oh, my grandmother, you did not keep change. You did not keep change. You bet not leave or lose the change, and the change bet be down to the penny. So and if something changed in that store where price changed, you better have a receipt to prove it.
I can believe that, but also, so my folks would start to, okay, if we got to send Brian to the store, we can't make sure he has too much. We can't give him a $10 $2 purchase.
Yeah, you got to make sure that it works. Now, Bill said, as long as I was good with the meat man, I was good. I got it, but that was funny to me. It is funny, though, but it's real.
That's right. There's a double entendre in that joke that Bill was just talking about.
Yes.
As long as she was good with the meat man, who's the meat man? Okay. Now, right now, your meat man is me.
Oh, are you now?
Your meat man. That's right. Dang. I don't need it all the time.
Now, Ms. Vivian said, is the barter system going to become a necessary evil again? I don't necessarily think that the barter system is an evil, as long as it's properly mitigated between those parties intended in that are doing it. I think the barter system can be good as long as each person has properly valued and assessed their offering,
Which
and
is
that
the
it was
challenge.
that's the challenge.
Because it's hard to keep it that way. Miss Phyllis says, yes, never give the change back, LOL. And
Y'all ain't have my grandmama.
Jeremiah says, barter service, laughing at that. Arthur Ledette says, when my grandmother would give you money, she would place it under the tablecloth on the corner of the kitchen table so no one else see this giving money. She will just tap the table and you knew where the money was.
Grandma was good.
I like that so much. Jeremiah, Mr. McNeil, the meat man. Only for Lisa. Only for my wife. Okay.
Bill said I always got in trouble because I never came back fast enough with the Newports. I got fired. Oh, you got fired off of that job? No, there was no dallying on the store run. Good morning.
Well, in my neighborhood, you didn't want to take your time. Okay, you want to get there as fast as you can, get there as fast as back,
just to make sure that you could get back,
so you don't get robbed.
Yes,
and I had been robbed. Okay,
and if you got robbed, that's not a good look, and it's not just because you got robbed.
Now, I got robbed one time. They sent me to the store for a 2-liter Pepsi and something like that. A couple of honey buns is what my mom wanted. Okay, and I had a little bit of change. And little kid coming back from the store, a couple of blocks by himself. The street's kind of dark, and they shouldn't have me out that late anyway. Yo, man, don't I know you?
Nah, never answer that question. In case you ever visit New York at night, even now as an adult,
you don't know nobody.
You don't ever answer.
I got mugged for the bag of soda and the change that I had in my pocket. Now, I was David McNeil's son, though. And one thing you didn't do was mess with David McNeil's children. Because my dad went looking for him. He made me come with him, too. Let's go find him.
What did he look like?
Oh, man, God. That happened a couple of times when my dad made me go look for someone. And one time, an old man scared me. I'm going to just tell this quick story. I was coming home from school, 6th grade, coming home from school. Not bothering nobody, walking down the block. And some old drunk man thought I was one of the kids. Some kids had been teasing him earlier. And he thought I was one of them. So he accosted me. He never touched me, but he ran up on me and like threw kicks in my direction. And I was able to dodge the kicks. Okay. I couldn't speaking gibberish. Okay. Scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God. Oh. This grown man trying to attack me with my book bag. And just so happened, I was still crying. And he like took a couple of swings at me too, never connected. So then he went on. I'm crying. I'm shook. I'm walking home. My dad just happened to be pulling up with his cab.
Oh, Lord.
My dad always his job. He delivered furniture and he drove a cab in New York. Okay. And what happened, Brian? This old man tried to kick me. An old man tried to kick you. Let's go. So we booking down the block looking for this man. That means running real fast, booking. Okay. This is, man, my New York vernacular just came back. So we booking. I'm looking for this man, and we found him. And I said, there he is, Dad. That's all I had to say. My dad saw the man. My dad was big barrel chest, big arms, because he delivered furniture. And but he wasn't tall, okay? He's a little bit, maybe an inch taller than me right now. But this dude was taller, but not that much taller than my dad. So my dad he went up to him, and he caught this dude by the throat. Dude turned around, my dad caught him by the throat, and then dad slammed him up against a chain link fence. It said, that's my son, and don't you ever. You see him over here, like moving the guy's head. Dude, and everyone, a crowd gathered around, like immediately.
Of course.
Okay.
Movie
night. And I'm standing there watching the whole thing. And the word was, don't mess with David McNeil's kids because he coming to get you.
That part. Oh, no, we got a couple here. Bill said he was kung fu fighting. Absolutely. Queen says that was a whooping. When you get robbed, that was a whooping coming your way.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Miss Vivian said her grandmother snuck money like that too. I think we all had them.
I had an aunt that would slide me $5. Hey, Brian, how you doing? Come here. And then she would like put it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
$5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Uncle Lynette, her cousin's grandparents had the candy store and the ice cream truck, so they decided that they were going to steal the candy and take it to everybody down in the pit. Down in the pit, everybody. We robbed of all the candy we got robbed of all the candy on the way to the pit, and the person that stole it was trying to sell it to everybody, including us at the pit. And we beat their ass. Really? So you stole and got stole from, and then you beat up the people that stole from you. That was like some quick karma. That karma was going pew, 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 pew.
Yo, but this is our first full day back. Yesterday we was on the road. We made it back from the mountains, and I will tell you, the mountains were beautiful. The weather cooperated. We were in a mountain community. We took a little mini vacation, and I am so strongly advocating that everyone take trips like that. Take these mini trips. It don't have to be to the mountains. It could be to the beach. It could be anywhere. It could be just to be to a resort town. But I'm going to encourage you to take your friends, y'all pool together, y'all chip in, whatever you got to do, coordinate, and just take these little getaways. These 3 and 4 day getaways, they make a lot of difference. They reset your battery. They recharge your battery. They add focus, which is what we're going to talk about today.
Absolutely. Leanne, good morning to you. She says, good to see you. Missed you last week because I was in surgery and then laid low for a couple of days. Good times.
Hopefully that you're recovering well.
Right. And hopefully you had some good drugs, because that's always the benefit of a good little surgery.
Yes, I love barter. It can be such a blessing for both parties.
It can be.
I've not ever done it successfully, and I've tried to enter into several bartering arrangements. And here's the reason why I don't think I've done it successfully, is because at some point I started to feel that the barter exchange is not equitable.
Uneven, right? It's unequally yoked.
Yes. They're getting more.
Brenda. I love that beautiful picture of you standing in the freshly painted room with your beautiful shawl on. Brenda.
So today's you have 5 points.
Oh yeah, let me get my points out.
Lisa, we're talking today about today feels like my Monday, actually.
Yeah, it's kind of Monday-ish.
Yeah, because we traveled so much yesterday. So I feel like it's a Monday.
But I worked,
baby. She worked. But anyway, I didn't work nearly as much. But
it was actually 7 ways.
Okay, so Lisa's come up with 7 ways to find focus in your life. 7 ways to find focus in the midst of your busyness.
Right, and I particularly looked this up intentionally because one of the most difficult things, at least for me, is the groove. Right, I am often challenged to find the groove, which is why I find rituals particularly soothing. I find rituals, consistency.
Finding your groove. Because once you get in the groove, you can get stuff done.
Yeah, but once I get out the groove, honey, I could be out the groove.
I bet you're not the only person.
72 hours.
You cannot. But I bet you're not the only person on this live feed here who has sometimes has a challenge getting in the groove or staying in the groove or even just finding the groove.
Yeah, particularly restarting
this groove. Don't disturb this groove. That's the deal, 1985.
Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning. Ms. Vivian says, we were close families that fought when it was necessary, and we were involved with large families who was the same. The Hatfields and the McCoys, eh?
Good morning, Miss Cynthia Murray. How you doing?
So tip number 1 is focus on one thing. Focus on one thing.
Follow one course until successful. That's one acronym of the word focus. Sporty King has some other cool acronyms of the word focus.
Absolutely, I love it. And Confucius say, he who chases 2
rabbits won't catch one.
Catches none. That's right.
That's Confucius? I thought it was an African proverb.
Confucius probably stole it from the African dude.
Well, he might have been in Africa. But if you chase 2 rabbits, there's other ways people say that it's impossible to serve 2 masters, right? Y'all know those things, right? No, you hear these things all the time. Why is that true? Why is that an adage that's been around hundreds of years? That thought. That's
Author Lynette, really? Did you two have sex up in the mountains? Great to altitude.
I see. I'm just asked for friends.
Whatever.
Now, what do I say to that? Why you cover it up, baby?
Cause you worry me sometimes.
We was there for 4 days. What you think? Come on, we was there for 4 days. Hot tub, mountain air, beautiful cabin. What you think?
So
and we weren't the only couple there that probably, because we were. It was 3 couples. So probably other people did too.
How about that, Bill? Bill said, or maybe Confucius was a brother. How about that?
Could have been. Leanne, off topic. What's she talking about? Off topic.
Okay.
It's always scary when people go off topic. I'm excited to tell you I had complete dental implants. Major dental surgery and now have a new smile. I'll recommend Dr. Morgan and Lemke Dental Surgeons on Independence in Ohio.
No pain and no swelling. Wow.
So friendly and caring too. Worth a trip. Now back to focus.
Well, Leanne, you're going to have to be posting that beautiful smile. We got to get to see that beautiful smile, lady.
Your smile is valuable. Every one of you. Your smile is valuable. When anything impedes the progress of your smile, everything else in your world is jacked up. Your mood is jacked up. If you're not smiling enough, you're not nearly as productive. You don't earn as much money. You're not as valuable. You're not as good looking. All those things are impacted by your smile.
Absolutely. Now, Ms. Vivian says, focus. Why is being able to focus so difficult? Does age make it worse or more difficult?
Well, if you go by historians and philosophers, great philosophers, your focus oftentimes gets much better the older you get, much better.
Think about that. Children, the younger the child, the more difficult it is to get them to focus.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, she goes on to say, is it hard to focus after vacation? It can be, and that was why I brought this topic up.
It can be, yes, which is a great reason to bring this topic up. I don't think it's going to be that difficult for us today because we have projects. Here's the other thing that I hope is on your list.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that help you keep focused is having something to look forward to.
It's on there.
Okay, so let's go one at a time.
Okay. So the next thing, so the first thing is focus on one thing.
Wait. Did we exegete that enough? Focus on one thing. What does that mean?
Well, it goes on to say when we switch our minds from one task to the other, it takes our brain time to readjust and concentrate on the second task, and precious time is lost in the changeover. The reality being that multitasking is a productivity nightmare.
Where did we hear that? Just this past weekend, that we watched an episode of Boston Legal where studies have shown multitasking weakens the immune system or something like that. What was that girl talking about? You was nodding. Okay.
I'm always nodding and must believe. I watched that to be close to you.
Yes. Like I'm around my baby watching the show. Dang, what I was going to go to. The focus. We had another conversation about that too. Oh, back on so when someone says, say you work from home, mm-hmm. and someone says, hey, I'm just going to swing by and drop off something. I know you're working. I'm not going to interrupt you for long, okay? And then they bring something by, drop off, and then they have pleasantries with you. How you doing? That kind of stuff. And they don't stay long. Let's say they only stay 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes. Well, how much time is lost, right? First off, the moment they get there, you got to shift your focus from what you were doing to answer the door or go out to greet them, okay? And then you got attention on them. And then the moment they leave, you have to figure out a way to shift your focus back onto the task at work. And it does not happen immediately. So that 5-minute interruption is probably going to be 20 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes.
20 to 30 minutes, even if they were trying to be courteous.
Yeah. Leave it on the doorknob.
Keep it moving. Throw it in the yard.
Keep it moving. And I mean, but that's also a reason why I so much prefer the virtual meetings.
Yes. When I said someone just going to drop by, your mouth fell open. Even if the person was trying to be courteous.
Right.
Look, I understand you.
If I'm struggling to focus already, hey, Dr. Deborah, good morning. If I'm struggling to focus already, if I'm struggling Like today would be a horrible day for somebody to say, I'm just going to swing by and such, so and so, and I'll be out your way.
Your day's booked. Okay, don't do that.
My day is so booked that even if it were a split second, it's going to throw something off. It's going to throw something off. Good morning, Beverly. Good morning.
Right,
Good
we're going to
morning.
have to hustle up because I want to cover your 7 points, but I also want to leave time for the songs today. And it's already 9:24.
Yeah, we'll start the songs at
Let's book.
35. Ms. Vivian says, there's no way I could believe that Lisa strikes me as a multitasker. I'm a very intentional multitasker, but it's deliberate. It's deliberate, and the tasks that are included in my multitasking are also very, very deliberate.
We debate about this all the time, y'all.
Chatting or talking or anything like that, I have to choose very, very specifically, because even waiting for a computer to respond is a distraction for me if I haven't planned for it.
Interesting. Leanne Cannon says, when Warren Buffett and Bill Gates were at a social function together, someone asked the two of them, what is the most important thing to have for success? They simultaneously turned and answered that person with the same word, focus. Focus. I can't remember who said it. Maybe one of you guys can help me. But there's an adage that genius is the ability to focus on one thing. Mm-hmm. That's a quote.
I believe that. So the second one is eliminate known distractions.
Known distractions.
Eliminate known distractions. Also known as an information detox.
Okay.
So there are sometimes things that we know are going to come up, and we have to mitigate them ahead of time.
Known distractions. Oh my gosh. Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Okay, that could be a known distraction. The refrigerator can be a known distraction.
Here's a known distraction for me. At a certain time, my husband is going to be hungry. In order to mitigate that as a distraction, because he doesn't care whatever else I'm doing, and he will feed himself. That's not to say he won't feed himself. He will feed himself, but usually after 2 or 3 rattles of my cage. Okay. What you want to eat? You want to eat? You ready to eat? You gonna eat?
I'm gonna let that slide.
Then he can go do it himself after that. But those 2 or 3 rattles.
If I go and make something myself, and then you come down and make something better, I'm gonna be salty that I didn't wait for what you made.
I get it. And so to eliminate that known distraction, I will either make it known the next meal will be at this time and this will be what it is, or I will leave a note on the refrigerator. This is
I don't read those things.
I know you don't. And sometimes I work very hard to put them together. And he don't even read my notes. Like, all you gotta do is take the mushrooms out, put it in the air fryer.
Those things could have been there for months. I don't know.
I know.
Maybe let's try another way because I don't read those notes.
That's fine. So another one is calm the mind.
How do you do that?
Calm the mind. Well, it talks about getting rid of those other distractions like social media. Set designated times for your social media and turn the notifications off outside of those times.
We very often have to turn our volumes all the way off.
And turn off the vibrate. Turn it off.
Indeed, do not disturb. I put my phone on do not disturb 2 or 3 times a day.
The only time you do it is when you're taking a nap.
I definitely turn it off, put do not disturb and take a nap. But if I want to focus on something, I'm going to put it on do not disturb, especially, and this is not going to make me look good, okay? But if I'm getting back-to-back messages and notifications, if it's too many in a row, or if the person wants to carry on the text conversation past a couple of them, okay?
And I'm going to give you 3 or 4.
That's about it.
Flicker. Pick up the phone after that, because either we're going to talk or we're not. He's not going to have a chit-chat, girlfriend chit-chat.
On text or messaging. You're not going to do it. It's just too much. So, but right after those happen, if I'm getting too many in a row.
And trying to focus on something, particularly be mindful of your strengths. Particularly if it's something that requires additional creativity, additional attention, or additional focus. You want to
Or if I don't know it
eliminate.
well, I have to
Yes, that's
figure
what
it
I'm
out
talking
or
about.
learn it.
Absolutely. If I'm learning, turn it off, calm the mind, maybe even take a moment to meditate. There you go. Leanne said meditation calms the mind like nothing else. So effective. If you have time, I'll share a meditation for everyone who might want to use it. Please feel free to post it. Cynthia says, what did you guys say the acronym was for focus again? I was distracted.
Follow one course until successful. But there's other acronyms of focus that I like as well. But that's just one that came to mind.
That's the one that came to mind.
Mm-hmm.
Declutter. That is a
major,
good one.
Major. All I gotta do is clear off a little workspace on my desk and I can get it done. That's true. However, that clutter does, you have to engage your mind to deal with the clutter around.
It infiltrates your mind.
Yes.
And your spirit, I think.
And definitely your spirit.
Yeah, my
If the kitchen is cluttered, she don't want to cook.
And I can't cook. It's like, I'm in there like this.
Yes.
So I have to do the cooking. I have to do the cleaning before the cooking.
Now, imagine you're going out of town for 4 or 5 days and you got luggage, okay? And you come home and you're tired. You put the luggage in the living room. And then you go on doing some other stuff. You don't take it upstairs immediately. You don't empty the luggage immediately. And then, but you need your toothbrush out of there. And you need your glass cases out of there. So instead of taking the whole case up, just get out the few things you want. And then a day comes and goes. Now you got stuff downstairs.
And upstairs.
And that luggage somehow has exploded everywhere.
And it has also become a tabletop surface. Because every flat surface in the universe, particularly at this house, becomes a coat rack or hold a plate, or it's going to do something. So it is
determined not to let our bike be a coat rack for anything.
Deliberately, like for me too, like deliberately, I won't even sit something on it for a second.
Not even a notebook, nothing.
No, not on the seat, not on the back, not on the. I won't, because I refuse.
It's tempting. I'm not going to do it.
Refuse to let that become a new closet in the middle of the room. I refuse.
Miss Vivian, why are you guys picking on me? I'm not trying to pick on you. Okay, so come on.
Exercise.
Exercise is a way to maintain focus.
That's right. It says that it creates energy, it reduces stress, it releases endorphins, and all of those things help the brain to process and store information more easily.
Go ahead, let's go.
You want to go?
Yeah.
This one is my favorite.
Uh-oh.
Clarification of your goals. Now, this could be dangerous. Because sometimes when people sit down to do, and they're trying to focus, and they get to this one, it says clarification of your goals, then they get all the goals out. They want to clarify every goal, my 5-year plan, my 2-year plan, my what? No, this is what chunk of goals you want to accomplish with this chunk of time. Get clear. Do I want to finish such and such's book? Do I want to complete the marketing campaign for this next upcoming event? Do I want to do the newsletter? Do I want to visioneer the month of April? Do whatever that is, clarify what that is, and then establish a finite amount of time for that thing and do it from beginning to end.
There's an old joke, I guess, about taking the time apart from everything else to get clarity and focus. And the story goes, this man, he has an occasion to check out of the system. He has an occasion to go and live in a small island by himself for 6 months. Now, he has a way to escape. He's not stranded there or anything, but he decides to stay there. And he spends the whole time thinking and meditating and praying and asking the universe for the meanings of life. Mm-hmm. He spends 6 months just dedicated focus and meditation and prayer. So after the 6 months, he comes back completely clear and he feels like he understands, and he goes to his friend that knew what he was going to go do. He says, man, I'm back and I believe I have the answers. He goes, well, what's the answer to life? I've learned that I am one with all things. I'm one with all things. You're one with all the things? You mean I'm not? Kills him right away. Focus gone.
Dr. Deborah says, I like the clarification of my goals, but you are right about that. I can spin out of control with listing
Spin out of
goals.
control, yeah.
Honey, I know. And Bill, thank you so much. Today at 3 p.m. Eastern, there is a bonus one-word conversation. You get 2 today, and the word is goals, and his guest is Angie Schwartz. Watch on the Disconnect to Connect Conversations Facebook page or YouTube channel. Awesome.
That is going to be a very interesting topic, one-word conversation, because goals are one of those things that people tend to dig in on their opinion. You know, the way you should set your goals as if you already achieved them and state them in the current state. That's one.
Present, yes.
Okay. Do it with emotion and enthusiasm. The other one is set your goals a little bit higher than you can imagine yourself reaching. That way you can pull towards it. So there are a lot of different firm, what do you call those things? Tenets when it comes to goals.
So good morning, Curtis Wayne. Thank you for joining us this morning. The next one is right? Simplify.
We're talking about how to find focus in the midst of your busyness or your life.
Simplify.
And simplify. Meaning
to when you get clarity, which is the previous one, clarification of your goal, then simplify. Break it down into the lowest common denominator. It says the more we simplify our lives and our jobs, the more work we get done. But we don't just want to get the work done. We want to get the important tasks done. I think this is a great time to talk about the 4 quadrants.
Okay.
Good morning, Brother Blackwell.
I was going to talk about write down the 6 things you want to get done and focus on the number one thing until that's done, then the new number one thing. But the 4 quadrants, Lisa's right. The 4 quadrants, except for those times when you're not, Lisa. The 4 quadrants comes from the classic book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's talking about the 4 quadrants of time use. 4 quadrants of time use. Quadrant number 1, and you know, we talk about this a lot on our show
because it's important.
But quadrant number 1 are things that are important and urgent. Things that are important to do and things that you got to get done right now. The house is on fire. Okay, there's a fire in the kitchen. That's important and it's urgent that you handle it right now, putting out fires. Quadrant 2 are things that are important to do, but not urgent to do. Sending a thank you note, exercising, eating right. Those are important things to do, but they're not urgent. You know, you don't have to eat the apple right now. Okay, but it's a good idea. Okay. Quadrant number 3 are things that are not important, but urgent. They're not important to do, but if you're going to do it, you got to do it right now. That TV show is about to come on, or some meetings, or the
phone is ringing.
The phone is ringing. Yes. Those things may not be important, but they're urgent. And then quadrant 4 are things that are not important and not urgent. Most television. Okay. Here's the thing. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. A lot of adults find themselves spending a lot of time in quadrant 3 and 4. Things that are just not important.
Quadrant 3 and 4?
Yes.
I would have thought quadrant 1 and 4.
Well, quadrant 1, if you're spending a lot of your time putting out fires, handling things that are urgent, that is an admission that you're not being very proactive and you're not planning stuff. Because you're not planning anything. You have to deal with stuff as it comes, and everything comes as an emergency.
Right. And that's what I think happens to a lot more people.
I think that happens more in corporate than outside of corporate, I think.
You think so?
I think so. But the winning happens in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2, things when you're doing things that are important to do, but not urgent. And as much of your time as you can spend there, the better.
Absolutely. And here's why they are not urgent. Because they have not been neglected.
Yeah, man. I love that.
They have not been neglected.
Thought out.
They have been considered. You know what's important but not urgent? Your oil change. At 3,000 miles, right?
That's more like 5.
Is it like 5 because of all of the
technology and
synthetic stuff? Well, that's okay. However,
whatever it is, 3.
Whenever, right?
Let's go with that.
What's important and not urgent? You're planning for your next quarter, right? So that you know that by October, you know what you're planning for the fourth quarter of the year. You know it, right? So that's important, but not urgent. I think that what happens is when we don't, everything becomes a fire. Yeah. Wait, or your health is important but not urgent, because it becomes urgent when
you don't have it.
When you get the note from the doctor.
Yes.
That says you got to go on insulin and you got to do this or whatever, whatever.
Then it's really urgent.
Absolutely. Good. Hey, everybody, don't forget to tune in to A Healing Moment with Dr. Deborah. Today's topic is your action/behavior fuels your habits. It's at 8:30 right here on the Empowerment Duo page on the Empowerment Network. She has some fire segments, honey. I'm telling you, you need to get in on some of this. Today is Tuesday. That's right. We lost Monday. And good morning, Brittany.
April says, great segment. Thank you, April.
Thank you. Queen says, I believe it happens outside corporate because in our lives, we struggle putting out fires and don't focus on the task at hand, not allowing people and things to go through their own process, trying to fix everything. That was what I was thinking. Yeah. I was thinking that, that gas bill, that electric bill.
I was thinking the same thing, bills. Things, you don't really have to pay your bills until you're past due.
Until they call. I don't even know why they wait sending out them envelopes.
I have one bill like that. I don't even pay it until they call.
It drives me absolutely insane. You got more than one bill that you do like that.
Yes, but I have the money to pay for it when they call.
I know.
And when they call, I handle it right. They say, can we handle that payment right now? I say, yeah, let's go ahead and pay it right now. You know what? I'm telling you why that's genius on my part. Okay. At least it's probably, I probably got two bills like that. I think that's genius on my part because I do not have to occupy any brain space at all thinking about when is that bill due. I don't have to think about it at all. I know when it gets close to past due or when it's due or a couple of days past due date, they're going to call you boy.
Well, they've spoiled you.
Yep.
And so here's the thing. They call you before it's past due. They call you before the fee. There's another one that I had to get on your behind and put on your calendar because they wouldn't call you until the day after it was due, and they charge you $69 for the phone call that they made. You didn't know about that.
I nothing about those $69.
Absolutely. No, it's not six. It's not six. It was car insurance. It was $69 because instead of paying it on the 30th, they called you on the 1st and then you paid it. And it was like, well, why don't y'all call me yesterday? Y'all could have just called me yesterday. It wasn't their job.
That's true. It's on my calendar now for the 30th.
That's right. It's on your calendar now. Shoot.
Jeremiah, who's this? Jeremiah says, William Brown says, thanks. I'm going to add those two words soon on my show. Urgent and important. You got it. Jeremiah Glover, it's the look on her face for me. Cynthia says, yeah, but if you wait until the call, there's usually a late fee attached. Not usually. I want to do greeting songs today too. So
yes, I want to do greeting songs, but I want to do one more thing. This is a bonus, and it's not directly.
Let's catch up the comments first, okay? Like really? I like really. I love these two. Okay, Cynthia Murray. Yes, Lisa Santiago, and it said what I was just typing.
Yeah, that late fee is a fool. Okay. Especially for the insurance. But the last thing, and this is, again, today's topic is finding focus in the midst of life is, give me a drum roll. Remember that perfection is subjective.
I don't know if I like the title. So go ahead.
Remember that perfection is subjective. Perfectionism will hold you hostage in trying to focus on getting a task complete. Okay. You will get into that task. You might even get your flow going, but if you allow yourself to be held hostage by perfectionism, you can get stuck in places that were not even supposed to be addressed until later on.
So perfection is subjective, is what you're saying.
Yes.
I have a problem with the word perfection because of the way I perceive it over time.
Okay, go ahead.
I see the word perfection as a symptom of fear of success. Perfectionism holds people back from trying. It keeps you from becoming successful. And I believe that to be true. I can't go on a sales call until I learn all the stuff it is about my products. Okay, perfectionism.
That's also a very difficult way to focus.
I can't start my business until I get everything together. My website, my business cards, my branding, all in place. Everything has to match. I can't start my business. That's fear of success to me. So I have a challenge with the word perfectionism every time it comes out.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with what I said. It doesn't even contradict what I said. You just wanted to have a problem with the word perfectionism, even though it wasn't even relevant.
I'm telling you why I had a problem.
But it wasn't even relevant.
Well, you still ain't explained your point. You said the title, perfectionism is subjective. I said, I don't know if I even like the title. What do you mean by that? And you didn't explain it.
He's the same thing. He's the same thing. You want to trip Brian up on his own 2 feet? Use the word empathy in the place that sympathy is supposed to be used. It don't have nothing to do with the conversation. He could find a way to get all stuck and sideways and defensive. This was not even making no sense.
Okay, Melissa Price, Dr. Deborah says, Lisa, you broke me out of that perfection with my book. You finally got it out of me. Thanks. Melissa Price, I can focus on the anastrophic mindset in the midst of it all. Know that all things are working for my good. Brother Blackwell says, I got a chalkboard. I list all daily tasks.
Yes,
amen.
Absolutely. That's good. Let's get these songs out. We got 10 minutes. Can we do it in 10 minutes?
Of course we can.
All right. Good morning.
The song, in case you don't know, these are the ways we thank our consistent contributors and the people that have been rocking with us for years, and go a little something like this. The first one up is Miss Phyllis. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Vivian Reed says, Dr. Deborah is fantastic for many things, but for me, her ability to help you to self-examine is her expertise. Beverly says, focus, intentional focus. Follow one course until successful. Eliminate known distractions. Thank you. Well, did she just go ahead and give us a summary? Thank you, Dr. Beverly. Thank you. Who's up next after Miss Phyllis? You got
Melissa.
Who's up next? Bow, 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 bow. Melissa's song. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's song. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
Melissa said now we can call these exit songs. Yup. Good morning, Michelle DeWitt. Thank you for joining us this morning. William Brown.
Good morning to our friend Bill. Nobody thinks like him still. We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Bill. Good morning, Bill. How you doing, sir? Who's up next?
Good morning, Arthur Lynette.
At this table we sit.
Making it legit.
Because when Lynette hits the show, I
gotta put some more money on my board. Excuse me.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Distractions.
Oh,
a butterfly. Okay. What was I going to say there? I don't remember, but let's keep going.
The young readers here. Vivian Reed is here, and now the show can go on.
Good morning, Miss Vivian. How you doing?
Absolutely.
That's what I was going to say earlier. If you don't have a song yet and you like one, you can get one. Just hang out with us often. Contribute to the show and help us to find a suggestion for you, and you can get you a song too.
And it's Leanne.
Time is a wheel in constant motion, always rolling us along. Tell me who wants to look back on their years and wonder where those years have gone. All of that is Leanne Cannon's song.
Cynthia Murray.
I got that sister with me. Cynthia Murray, good morning to you, my sister. I watched Mommy Dearest 3 times in the last 2 weeks. Why am I clean up my closet and Pierre has everything on my good hangers? Why am I seeing his wire hangers no more, wire hangers no more, wire hangers? I guess you got to watch that movie. I know Mommy Dearest, the movie, she beat that child's butt with wire hangers.
No more wire hangers. And I have been trying to get him to keep the wire hangers out of my life for 5 years.
Well, the challenge, sweetheart, is I dry clean my shirts and they bring my shirts back on wire hangers. So we have wire hangers.
They don't have to. You know, you can take them to the laundry and cloth hanger.
After a while, I just throw them away or whatever I do with them.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah. How you doing, my sister?
Good morning, Marcus. Good morning.
Good morning, Brother Marcus.
Don't. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
That's one thing we didn't do this trip.
What's that?
We didn't dance at all. We had lots of laughs. We had a lot of adult games and a lot of talking and hot tub time. Lisa had the hot tub 3 times. I had the hot tub twice, I think. But one time she was in the hot tub. I was just outside the hot tub with a cigar. But anyway, the last day there, I'm gonna tell y'all, the last day there, it was just Lisa and I for the second half of the last day. And we both was in the hot tub with our drinks and cigars. Lisa even had a cigar in the hot tub. Cigar too. Lynette, how baller is that, Lynette? We in the tub, cigar and drinks, just Lisa and I in the hot tub.
Yup. I'm trying to see if we missed anything.
There was no one there to take that picture.
Good morning, Jasmine.
Yes, what's going on?
How are you, beautiful? She says perfection is tied with fear. I believe that is the underlying current. Absolutely.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Perfection is tied to fear, yes. And this
Dr. Beverly's here.
Tabitha and Figs. Good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, Tabitha. Dr. Beverly
is on the show. Dr. Beverly, I appreciate you and your diligence and your attention to detail. Wow.
That you need at least one wire hanger just in case you lock your keys in the car.
That's right.
Just saying. That's hilarious. Melissa, I have one she says she has one just for that reason. Author, so keep your dang hangers on your side of the closet. And my side is my side. That's what it is,
pretty much.
I feel better now. I just needed to vent. I'm glad about that. Brother Blackwell says, how about unclogging the toilet? I will never unclog a toilet.
Whoa, that seems contrary to your history.
Yeah, not anymore. I don't have to.
Diva, remember that time?
No, I don't have to now.
Okay.
I don't have to. I used to have to do everything. I had to fix cars. I had to unclog toilets. I had to do everything. But now I don't need to do that. That ain't none of my business.
What is this? Alternate got a emoji.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Tabitha. She says, I love this great energy this morning. I hate wire hangers also. Welcome to the club. Power to the people.
I don't understand the problem with them.
Absolutely. Okay. Something is not plugged in because I'm using cord. There we go.
I don't understand the problem with wire hangers. They go great with shirts.
They point up your stuff. They're not
good. They don't point up my stuff.
How many dresses do you have?
None.
Exactly.
Okay.
Brittany got people talking about her book on their show last night. Go Brittany. Go Brittany. Go Brittany.
That's good.
I don't have to now. Point made. That's right. That is right. You better know that.
Claim.
That's just true.
Point made. Point received.
There's something.
Oh man, we got to get to it today.
What you mean?
Work. I'm ready. I got in the mood. I'm ready.
You got in the mood? So just me getting the list got you in the mood.
What list?
The list of how to find your
focus. I don't remember it. No, that's not what it is.
Yes, it is. You know I did it. I pushed the battery in your back. That was the purpose.
I hope you guys have a great day as well. I hope you have a focused day. Decide on something to get done today. We don't want to go to work today because we came to work yesterday. You want to come to work today and do work today to get something specific done. If you work without goals, if you work without focus, that means you're 2 days older and no closer to a goal that you don't have.
Absolutely.
So stop doing that. Work towards a point or work towards a target.
Absolutely. Let me take a moment to invite you right now in the thread. It's the first comment in the thread. Is the invitation to the phenomenal Power of African American History conference that will be on February the 6th at 4 p.m. right here on the Empowerment Network. We are looking forward to bringing these great content contributors to the stage. We have
included.
Dr. Deborah, Dr. Barbara Peacock, Donna Reed, Michael Carson will be coming back to grace us, Brian K. McNeil himself, along with the money man himself, the Black Billionaires Club, Evan Jefferson.
We got super dynamic MCs, a husband and wife team, Catrice and Davion.
Right.
And this is Elisa Santiago McNeil production.
Absolutely. And I'm really, really excited about bringing these phenomenal individuals to the stage. So please, please, please look forward to the event. Register for the event. It will be on the Empowerment Network, but we want to make sure that you get any of the special giveaways that we're going to be having.
Our second one of the year.
Yes, our second one of the year.
Get gooder and gooder.
Mo gooder and mo gooder. So make sure, thank you, Miss Vivian. Love you, Brittany. Absolutely. And if you check out in the description box, you will see all of the fantastic upcoming events that are
fantastic. Is that what you just said? Channeling your New Jersey mom?
All of the fantastic upcoming events for the month of February, and then March. You guys watch out. March is Women's History Month, and we've got some great, great, great authors and content contributors that will be in those showcases as well. So look forward to building, growing, and celebrating with us in 2021. I am Lisa Santiago McNeil.
And I am Brian Keith McNeil.
And this has been Let's Talk About It on ESPTV7 on the SIBN Network, iHeart, iTunes, and right here on Facebook Live.
And remember that your life is not a scrimmage or a practice game. There's no Martyrs Hall of Fame. Time, the speedster, takes its toll, and for all of us, every day really is the Super Bowl. So God bless you, and go forward and live your Super Bowl life today.
And remember that you are blessed by the blessor to be a blessing. Permission to be amazing is already granted. Make sure that you tune in at 10 a.m. for Coffee Time with Coach Ja right here on the Empowerment Network. And it's Tuesday, so go have sex.
Some people call